Welcome to the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex. I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update. At the first Harrisburg sale over 80 years ago, the total gross was $100,000. Well, a lot has definitely changed since then, but one thing that has stayed the same is the excitement of this November sale, especially after how incredible last year was. Dale, before we get into the high vibe that's going on right now at the Standardbred Horse Sales Company auction, let's talk about last year. It was record breaking.
Yes, excuse me, last year was wonderful. It was tremendous. I mean, all in all, I think a lot of people were surprised. I mean, we had some great horses, we knew that, but not to the extent that had happened.
And it was so much fun to be a part of it. I'm so glad to be back again this year because, man, the energy is just unbelievable here at Harrisburg when you start seeing those numbers fly up high on that board.
Right, it sure is, and it's been a great crowd this morning, and it's been everybody's showing. I mean, it's been great, and I have high expectations, even though the state of the world and other things that are going on. But it seems like we're going to be good, and I'm hoping we're going to have a tremendous mix sale too. I mean, the yearlings and the mix sale. We got full brothers and full sisters of some of the best horses on the track right now. So.
A lot of first crops that are exciting as well, right?
Yes, yep, we sure do. We got, first crops in the last couple of years have not been as crazy as they were other years, but they've proven themselves, most of them, and I think their yearlings are unbelievable. The Poppy Robs, the Tall Dark Strangers, I mean, they really stamp a yearling, especially Poppy Rob. They're just incredible looking individuals.
We have to point out the obvious. Are you losing your voice? This is the big man on campus. How are you supposed to get things done and boss people around this week?
Yeah. I was doing good until today, but we've been here 2 weeks right now. It was 2 weeks, well, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. We've been here setting up, and when we first come in, there was a horse show here that had, they have used a special footing throughout the building, and it's like a dust cloud. You couldn't see the windows in here, and I think that I have several guys on the crew that are the same way, but I did a lot of yelling the first couple of weeks, which I don't. I got a tremendous crew that works for me. I couldn't ask for better people to work for me. A lot of them, this is my 34th year of setting the sale, and I have 29. It's been with me all 34 years. Yeah.
Well, that definitely says a lot. And get that throat better because I plan on interviewing you about how great this sale is after every day, okay?
Yeah, I'm not good with sign language.
Well, I know one thing. There's going to be a lot of this sign language going on during the sale.
That's what we're hoping.
Thank you, Dale, so much.
Thank you.
Julie, let's start out with how many does Concord have in the sale this year?
We've got about 70 yearlings and then 50 mixed.
Well, I wanted to give some love to hip number one. So let's hear about this one because actually you had hip number one at Lexington as well, right?
We did, yes. We seem to get hip number one a lot lately. It's not our first time selling hip number one at Harrisburg. We've done it in the past, and that worked out well for us. So, here we are again with hip number one. It's just the luck of the draw. And when Dam's name is Galloway, she's starting with G, she's selling first, so.
Well, one of the things is, and I was just saying to somebody, if a buyer is looking for something particular, it doesn't matter what hip number it is. Honestly, they're going to find that match for them. So hip number one or hip number 20 billion, yes. They're finding it.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing their homework and looking through the book. Actually had someone say today that, you have to look through the whole book, especially with the Ontario breds. They're scattered throughout, and the quality is scattered throughout. Just because they're selling on day 3 doesn't mean anything. You have to find it.
Now, gosh, you've got, 70-some yearlings. So let's talk about another one. It doesn't matter, day 1, day 2, whatever day, whatever number, I'm letting you pick.
Okay, well, I wouldn't be doing us any justice if I didn't mention 41. That's the full brother to TCI. So, if you've watched the races, you know who TCI is. And he's a full brother. He looks the part. He's definitely worth checking out.
Now, I was coming here earlier. Right now, there's not horses behind us really, packed earlier. And the horses, these yearlings look not only so beautiful, they are so well behaved. I mean, there's so many that are next to each other and they're not spinning around. They're just like totally chill. Like, how do you prepare these horses to be in this atmosphere that's totally brand new to them?
Yep, it's a lot of work, and I give all of the credit to my staff. We've got a great crew. We all work together. We're one big happy family, usually happy, and as all families. But they put their blood, sweat, and tears into these yearlings, and they, it's a full-time job, every day, 7 days a week. And they are giving them a lot of love, and it shows off. You can tell.
Oh, absolutely. And this is our preview feature, so we got to plug breakfast, right? That's on Monday morning.
Absolutely, yes. Breakfast tomorrow, 10 to 12. Definitely come out and get your Bloody Marys and mimosas, eggs, omelets. They're itching to start getting set up. I said they need to wait a little bit because we've got horses first. But yeah, everyone should come out and get yourself something to eat before the fun begins.
It's the place to be on Monday. Do not miss out. So thank you so much, Julie.
Thank you very much.
I saw Doc Moore actually at breakfast this morning, and I did tell him, you know what, we really need to talk about how do you find that diamond in the rough. So voila, here you are in the flesh. So how do you find it?
Well, you look at a lot of horses for a starter. Even if I only want one or two here today, I'm going to look at probably 150, 200 horses. And myself, I usually go through the book and pick out sire lines that I want, or if I know the mare or one that I've had, I might have a look at that one as well. And I look at the pedigree first, obviously, so it's got to be a decent pedigree, but then the individual comes next. Like I look at the videos. That probably the last thing I look at, where a lot of people spend a lot of time looking at videos first. I like an individual, and they've got to be correct. Most of the yearlings and 2-year-olds that we have, they don't wear any boots of any kind, and because we try to pick them out right now. You only get one shot to do that. So I'll take an individual over a better pedigree any day of the week. I look for ones that perhaps later in the sale it might go for lower prices as well. I mean, that's how I started out, looking for $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 yearling sort of thing. So it's only in recent years that I've had enough partners around that we can spend a bit more money, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee you're going to get a good one either. So those are some of the things I look at. There's a lot to it, and what I see, a lot of people obviously see differently. I see, on this iPad, I mark them as A+ or B or whatever, and I've had a lot of Bs that I see go through the ring for a couple $100,000. So I'm thinking, wow, did I miss something there or what? But it's all in the eyes of the beholder, I guess.
Now, I don't know your track record, no pun intended, here at Harrisburg. So are there a couple diamond in the roughs that you've bought at Harrisburg that you can tell me about?
Yeah, we've had some really decent horses along the way from Harrisburg, and probably the best one, of course, would be Shadow Play, who sold on the Wednesday, the final day, and he went for $16,000. And so that was a search of ours. That was the first horse he partnered with us. He's a Hockey Hall of Famer, NHL, obviously, and he had been at me a couple of years before, and I never had enough yearlings back then to get him in on one. But that year we bought him late. He was the last one we bought that year. And I went to a hockey game the next night down in PEI. And he was there with his son, Serge Jr. And I said, I got a yearling for you. I said, $4,000, you can have a quarter of them. So that's how he got in on him. So State Treasure came from here for $6,500 actually. So I never thought of that. So he's another one. And the McDonald's who owned him, they were buying one every year around that kind of price range, $5,000, $10,000, and they had looked at him, and I went. They always asked me to have a look at them, after they had them picked out. And he was a nice colt at the time. He was small, one of Brittany Farms, so he made a couple $1 million for $6,500. So that's not bad.
All right. A lot of very good information there. And I know you're a busy man. I'm going to let you go. You're looking at over 100 horses. Is that what you said for the sale?
Yeah,
Maybe taking home 2?
Yeah, it'd be close to 200. I'm trying to cut down this year. I turned 70 in January, so I really enjoy training babies in the wintertime in Florida. I just love it, and I could do that all day and all night. The racing part, has a bit more stress and a lot more things to manage and look after during the summertime, and as you age, you don't handle that as well as you did in previous years. So I'm trying to keep it at 16, the number this year. And there are no stalls left at Southern Oaks where I stable in Florida, so it might not be hard to keep that number this year.
Well, thanks, Doc. Thanks so much for helping me out today.
No problem. You have a great day.
So Ashley Wilson and her husband Dean, this is their very first year here at Harrisburg. So we want to know about your story. Like, I know that you've been in horse racing and you've been like selling horses or part of consignments, but give me the journey. Give me the story.
We were breeding 2 crunches last year, so we thought we should try selling them down here. And our one boarder that we raised a bunch for, he thought he really wanted to sell his muscle masses down here, so he must have a lot of faith in us, so he asked us to sell them here too. So we thought we'd give it a shot. So we've helped out Icy Stable last year, and back in the day I used to come down here with Westwind a long time ago. So we've been here and stuff, but never on our own. So yeah, this is a big difference. We usually sell London, Ontario, so we sold 33 this year there. So that's a short trip for us. This is a bit longer, but we're happy to be here.
So have you or your husband ever raced horses, or has it only been breeding?
Yeah, just like a little bit of racing with his family, and like we just own. The last few years we've bought like a trotting filly at the sale and tried, so they'll just be retained for broodmares eventually. So we like to have fun, but mostly this is just breeding to sell and stuff is what we do. It's nice to follow all the ones that we raised and stuff. So yeah, that's enough fun for us. Not so many training bills when we don't own them all, right?
Right. So you have 4 here, then like how many do you usually sell up in Canada?
About this year was 33 in Ontario, and the year before was 35. So yeah, enough. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, very busy. So actually, this might be a little mini vacation for you coming down.
It's a little bit easier than 33. Yeah.
So let's talk about one of the 4, and you're all selling them all on day 2.
Yep.
So give me the hip number that we're going to look at, and tell me about that yearling.
Okay, 432. It's Look at Me Go Amigo, and he's a muscle mass colt. And he's out of a mare named Lady Bling, so she's by Striking Sabra. She's done really well with that cross, so he's a full sibling to some really nice ones. The 2-year-old we raised, Jack Nabs, he did well in the sire stakes this year, so yeah, he's getting a lot of looks from Ontario trainers, so that's good to have. So yep.
You obviously love what you do. Why do you love it?
I'm not sure, just seeing them succeed and stuff, and it makes us happy knowing that, we've done our part and they go on to do well. Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing those 4 again on day 2. So check out Ashley and Dean Wilson's consignment here at Harrisburg, and best of luck. It was so nice meeting you.
You too. Thank you so much.
Mike and I have a lot of territory to cover, literally, because Mike races all over the place. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Right now, I think we have about 40 in training, and we race primarily Delaware and Maryland. A little bit of Jersey, a little bit of Pennsylvania, but anywhere nearby. If it's within 4 hours, we're probably there.
Yeah. Past 4 hours, might have to think about that a little bit.
Yeah, that past 4 hours we're here. Yeah, 4 hours we were at Harrisburg. Before that, it could have been anywhere. Absolutely.
Now, Harrisburg is actually a really interesting sale because it's sort of your last big shot to get what you want. At Lexington, you said you didn't get everything you wanted, so what are you looking for at Harrisburg?
Lexington, we had hoped to get a few more for Jersey. We've had very good luck in the sire stakes there. Last year it was Better's Wish. Better's Wish moved to Pennsylvania, so of course we have to look at some of them. And then this year in Jersey was Cattle Wash's first year. Bought 2 at Lexington, really liked them. Hopefully can find a couple more here.
Okay. Let's talk about strategy a little bit. So as far as picking those yearlings now, conformation is at the top of your list, or is it pedigree, or do you love a great video?
Or price. Like, I probably should have never told you I like 2 cattle washers, because now I have to pay more, which is a really bad idea, but that's okay. I look at the book first. Confirmation matters sort of second, I guess. And then the price, usually you'll know when you look at them if you can afford them or not. I'm very fortunate to train, to listen to horses yell, to train for a couple of breeding farms. And so I look at a lot more fillies than boys and a lot more pacers than trotters. But you know, it's whether it's something for 100,000 or something for 10,000, you know, there's sort of something for everybody.
Now, how about the number of yearlings that you're planning on training? He's laughing already. I have a feeling he's gone over the number already.
Yeah, he has. So he had 3 before Lexington. He had 9 after Lexington. He's up to 12 now, and he wanted to have 6 total. So we usually end up between 12 and 15. It's been as bad as 36. Ideally, it doesn't get that bad this time, but who knows? We'll find out this week, I guess.
I love it when a man talks in third person. He had 6, he's up to 12.
It's more past tense than third person, but yeah, for sure. It's definitely not what he thought he was going to do. That is absolutely for sure.
Well, have a great sale, and thanks for being on with me.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you so much for joining me for this preview of the Standardbred Horse Sales Company 2023 auction. For complete information on the sale, you can check out harnessracingupdate.com. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 1. I'm Heather Vitale and Simon for HRU.